Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, I want you to type yes in the chat window. Let's see. What are you guys looking at? Let me see. PowerPoint. Here we go. All right. Um, so yeah, if you guys can hear me, say, hey, AJ, just type. There's a little chat window up there. It should be on the right-hand side of your screen. Um, if you can see that, let me holler at your phone. Let me see what you see. Or let me hear you type in the chat window. Let's see. Where are questions? Okay, yeah, I see you guys starting to log in. Again, do me a favor, if you can hear me, type yes in the chat window. And I tell you what, I'm gonna unmute. Hey, there we go. Hey, Mahogany. Hey, Raquel. Hey, Octavia. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Mark. Cool. All right. There's a couple more guys, and again, people are starting to log in. But really quickly, and again, I try to move through these things as quickly as possible. Tonight's presentation is totally different from last week. Um, so just be ready to learn. I'm going to share a lot of stuff with you guys. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I am in a place where people may or may not walk in the room. So if someone walks in a room and they're, talking loud, we will just continue to move forward because that's what we do. If that's okay with y'all, type it's cool, AJ. And once I get it's cool from 10 people, then I will start to move forward. So if it's cool, type it's cool in the window, and we will rock and roll. Okay, cool. Okay, I got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Okay, well, 17, 18. All right, so I got more than 20 cools. um, let's see. Hold on. Let me send one text message. Somebody's having a problem logging in. Let me tell them what the deal is. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and get started. So what tonight is about is creating strategies for your marketing content. And I know that's kind of a buzzword right now. There are a lot of people doing amazing jobs. And there are some people that could do a lot better. And then there are some people that aren't doing anything at all. So what I wanted to do is give at least my take on what I thought about content marketing strategically, how people can do it better, how I've been able to help my clients get success. And according to my team, I'm going to help myself get success in a different kind of way in 2018. So if y'all are really into this and ready to rock and roll, say roll, and I'm going to go ahead and keep it going. Let me see if I can make this bigger. All right, so you guys can see my screen. Let's see my Microsoft PowerPoint. I don't know why it keeps making it smaller every time I click something. All right, so are we rolling here? Oh, that's strange. All right, so here's what I'll do. Well, it looks like it's frozen. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, okay. These buttons are going a little crazy. All right. So I'm definitely not going to get through this entire thing. I've done this presentation in front of a couple companies, but this is my first time doing it in front of I'm going to call you guys my live studio audience. So it's over 100+ slides here, so I'm definitely not going to get there. But I think I'll give you guys enough. As a matter of fact, I know I'm going to give you guys enough that you can walk away with some tangible, actionable things that you can apply to your business, okay? So I won't go through all the goals because I'm not going to reach them all. I'm just going to push this thing in a whole new direction. All right. Okay. So let's go. All right. So the world that we live in today, a lot of things have changed, right? But what I want to focus on is 3 of the things that have changed, and probably 3 of the things that can help most people move their content forward if they just gave, paid a little attention and took time to. Thing number one is that most of the marketing world has changed as we just discussed. Number two, most people's content stinks. And I'll tell you what, I want this to be interactive. So can you guys give me an example of content that you think sucks online? Give me an example of content that you think sucks when people put it out online. And I'm gonna, again, I want this to be interactive. So give me one example, type it in the chat window, of content that you think can be done better. And I wanna, let's see, people selling all the time. I agree, people selling all the time, that's definitely one. People posting all selfies, that's another one. Like people just sharing, everything is me, 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 me. That's another one. That's a no. That's a no, 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 no. And it does suck when people do that. Give me one more and then we'll keep it rolling. People posting quotes all the time. Okay, yeah, that's another good one. People that only have quotes on their page. And I think that was a phase in Instagram when it was early and very young and people were using that for hyper growth. They literally did quote after quote after quote. And I think there are definitely some pages that do that still, and they're kind of known for that. But if that's not what you're known for, I don't necessarily know that that's a great marketing strategy, okay? So most content sucks. So what can be, oh, hold on. Doggone it. Every time I click off this thing. So now what you have to do is attract people through stories that they love. Again, if you think about this, it's no longer about you as a person, especially if you have something to sell. You have to create a narrative that they can join and they can get behind. And I can go into details now. There's some people that do it really, really well. And then there's some people that do it not so well. But let's think about it like a TV show, right? It used to be, you know, when you think about shows, you think about, oh, well, you know, I'm going to watch this show and I'll be cool after that, right? Well, now just about every show, well, I won't even say just about every show because there are still anthologies, but the shows that are the most successful and have the most hyper growth, they build a narrative. Each character has a storyline. If you look at reality TV, most of the characters that go on and on from season to season, it's because they've developed a storyline and people either love them or they hate them, but either way, they're bought into the character, okay? So how can you, for what it is that you're doing or for the product or service that you have, how can you create a storyline? I think that's very important, and some more things like that will be coming down the pipe. And if you think about the amount of channels that we have to compete with these days, there's just so much sheer stuff that's out there. So you got to compete with, again, cats and baby pictures and people getting married and this and that and the other. How can you cut through the noise and stand out? And I know I even, one example is I have a client who's in real estate. And one of the things that she struggled with was standing out. And this is a new client that I just started working with yesterday, right? So we're creating a plan so that she starts to stand out as an expert. So how can you stand out in all the noise? Okay, you got to compete with a lot of stuff. And on top of that, you got people that are taking selfies all the time, right? So those are people who are self-facing people. How can you get them to stop looking at themselves and start paying attention to you and or your project or your service or your product, okay? Hold on, someone else is trying to get in. Replying to their text, give me a second. See, this is when I need a Vanna White or some kind of an assistant that's just on standby to reply to my text because I'm a baller, but I'm really not, so I do it myself. And again, this goes more to people and their vanity, right? So, and here's an interesting fact. So I was at a marketing conference back in September, and these filters are ways that they are conditioning people to see things that aren't necessarily really there. Okay, so think about that. So right now you can open up your Instagram or your Facebook or your Snapchat or whatever, and you can turn on your filters and you see what's nothing more than a hologram. Well, in the future, and companies have already started to do this, and I have a project that I'm going to be working on, I'm really excited about. We're starting to advertise in shit that don't even exist. So you're going to start seeing marketing stuff in virtual worlds, which I think is dope, but I also know that marketers ruin everything. So again, that's just a few of some of the annoying trends that are out there. But as it relates to marketing, let's go through some of the annoying trends that are out there in marketing right now. How many of you have ever gone to a site and you click on the site to read something, but before you go there, something like this pops up? If it's happened to you, say, yes, this has happened to me, where they are forcing you, at least for 5 seconds, to stop everything that you're doing and watch the advertisement. Anybody experience that? If you have, say, yep, they did it to me, or they do it. I see it all the time. I just want to know that I'm not too far off base. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely, it's an intrusive marketing practice, okay? And we want to try to get away from that. So what are some of the other ones? If you look at this one, oh, Jesus Christ, this thing's gonna get on my nerves. Well, right now, again, when you go to some sites, what they'll do is this little video over here, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, it will automatically start playing it. Has anybody ever had that happen where you go to a site and all of a sudden the video starts playing? Let's see. Uh-oh. Can you guys see the screen? I see a big magnetic screen. Hold on one second. Let me make sure you guys can see the right thing here. Oh, you guys are on slide 1? I tell you what, let me just skip out of this and just do it the old school way, okay? Tell me what you guys can see now, because it looks like the screen kind of got behind. So if you guys can see a thought of the day screen, type yes in the chat window, or type thought in the chat window so that I can see what you guys see. Mahogany just sent a message that she's on slide 1. Octavia says she see a magnetic screen. Okay. So what do you guys see now? It should say thought of the day. If you guys can see thought of the day, type that in the chat window so I'll know that we're on the same slide together. Oh, you guys are still on slide 1? Seriously? Okay, hold on, let me see. Let me just do this. All right, what do you guys see now? You should see, it should say thought of the day. You guys see it now? Yo, yo, yo. Okay, perfect. All right. So yes, back to my question. Have you guys gone to a site where before you can actually see the content that you actually want to see, they force you to see something that they want you to see? Have you guys experienced that? Yes, exactly. So what we want to move to, and I'll get into that in a minute, is you want to move into a non-interruptive or non-pattern interrupt type marketing, right? So this is what you call push marketing, where they're forcing you to do something that you don't want to do because they hold all the marbles, right? It happens all the time, and some of the clients that I'm working with now, I'm like, you shouldn't do that. And here's another example. You go to a site, and all of a sudden this ad that's on over here, it should be over here in the sidebar, all of a sudden it's right in the middle of your screen and it starts playing out loud. So you're sitting at your desk trying to sneak on a website and read an article, all of a sudden it's people on your computer talking, you got to hurry up and try to turn it down because your cubicle loud. Has that ever happened to anybody where you go to a site, just type loud videos or type loud, when you go there and all of a sudden that ad starts playing? Again, that's more interruption marketing, and that's the way a lot of marketers think about marketing. It's like, okay, they're going to come to my site. The first thing they're going to see is XYZ. Again, it does work, but it's not as effective, especially if you're not interested in whatever it is that they're selling. Okay, you just want to come read your article because you saw the little link on Facebook, and now you want to see the other 7 things that they talk about in their list. Okay. Another example, the little pop-up that you can't get around, right? What do you think about this quick survey? Again, it happens. It is effective. There's on pop-ups like that. There's actually a less than 1% click through, or right around a 1% on most pages. Really good marketers can get it up to about 7 or 8%. And again, these numbers are definitely not like in stone, but I know the less than 1% conversion is for cold traffic. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So again, this is invasive, intrusive push marketing, and that's kind of getting old. Okay. Here's another way. Now, this is something that's a little bit different. Okay, so when you get down to the end of a page, and then they're saying, okay, well, click here to go to page 2 to see the rest of it. That's actually more of an engagement play, because what happens is when you visit a site, you know, the traffic sites get paid for the traffic, but they get paid even more if you're on that site for a significant amount of time. So it behooves them to have you to click through to different pages to get the content you want, or to create that cliffhanger at the end of each page. So when you go to people like the top 20 celebrities that broke up in 2017, click here to watch this slideshow. They're literally just trying to get you to stay on that page as long as possible. Okay. But again, I think at the core, it's really a good thing because they're providing good enough content for you to be interested. But the intrusive part is that they're forcing you to do this behavior that you don't necessarily want to do. Now, I do think this is a lot more effective than all the pop-ups, just because we've been trained to understand that if it's all not here, then we do go to the next page. Does that make sense, guys? And I'm gonna keep it moving. Another thing, the whole breaking news thing, like, and this is TV's thing, like for real. You could be watching something and it'll be like, breaking news, Hurricane Irma is on its way, and you're watching TV on every single channel. They have a ticker at the bottom of the screen where they're interrupting your normal behavior to create this heightened sense of emergency, so that they can get you to click on the news channel so that they can pay their their advertisers can pay them more money for the traffic that they're getting. Okay, so again, all this is interruption, forced marketing, but at the end of the day, we need to stop interrupting people, and we need to show people things that they're actually interested in, right? And then once you know what they're interested in, then you deliver what people are interested in. So that's when you start to align things with people's interests, versus you forcing them to do what you as a product or business owner or service provider, forcing them to do things that aren't natural to them. Okay. Again, this is actually an older graphic that I was able to find, but all these are different channels that we're being interrupted from. So think about this. We got Instagrammers, Twitter, WhatsApp, Tinder, Facebook, Google, email, YouTube, Pinterest, Vine, Skype, Yelp, and that's not even all of them. Snapchat even on here? I think this is actually before. So yeah, this doesn't even have Snapchat. It doesn't have Craigslist. It doesn't have any of the other variety of things that interrupt us during the day, right? So how can you break through that noise? Because we have essentially tuned out the noise that's in the marketplace, okay? And let me ask, well, I won't ask that question now, but we have collectively tuned out the noise altogether. We've essentially zipped it, and we're like, we only want to watch what we want to watch. So we'll literally go to a site and we will click on it, and the minute they show us something we don't want to know, we'll go somewhere else. So what I want to talk to you guys about is marketing to them along the customer journey. Has anyone on this call ever heard of the customer journey? And I'm going to get into the customer journey in just a second, but I just want to know if you have heard of the customer journey. Just go ahead and type yes, and I want to know what you or type journey in there so it can separate. If you've heard of the customer journey, type journey, and I would like to know the context of what you understand about a customer journey. So here's what I'm going to do. Octavia, I'm going to unmute your microphone if that's cool. And ask what you have heard about a customer journey. So Octavia, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for tuning in. That's super cool. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for the information.
So
the customer's journey. So I've been in sales for like 20 years.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, cool. You
yourself.
need to be doing this. I
No,
need to
no,
invite
I've
you
been
over
in sales, not marketing. So, and
here.
so they, different things I've sold. So, what I've learned is, kind of like their journey going from the, I'm speaking from a sales process, like, how long it
Sure.
take to buy. And then once they buy that, then the next thing, after that to, kind of push and things like that. So, it's
Got
been,
it.
yeah, I've kind of what I've kind of learned is just the different the different time frames of
Uh-huh.
the customers buying decisions, like, when is the best time for them to buy,
Sure.
and then after that, what objections and, what how you will respond if they said, okay, this is not the right time, just different things like that. So that's what I've kind of learned with the buying journey, a customer's buying journey is what I've learned, but it's a little bit more, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more in depth with the marketing side of it.
Absolutely. So so first of all, thank you so much for sharing that from a sales perspective, because from my understanding of marketing and having worked in an environment with salespeople, it's definitely a distinction between a purchase journey and a marketing journey, right? So what you talked about in sales was what happens at the point of sale, what's the next logical thing that they should buy, right?
Yeah.
And it's very much focused on actually moving product, because that's at the end of the day, that's what brings the money in. And I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys. And I didn't say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I am AJ Joyner on Instagram. So what I want you guys to do is take a picture of the screen, now and all throughout the presentation, and tag me on Instagram. And I want to follow all you guys back. Okay. So yeah. So when you talk about a customer journey, that from a sales perspective, it is literally about, okay, how much product are we moving today? Okay. From a marketing perspective, it's the conversation that you're having along the way. Okay. And so let's look at that a little bit more in depth. So what you want to do is build love. Y'all see the big heart in the middle? It's all about the love, baby. It's all about the love, shout it. Anyway, so and you look at where people are within the journey, where the love actually lies. So again, when people become aware, this first I don't want to call it a trimester, but I'm gonna call it a trimester because it's only three phases. This is prior to the decision. So what Octavia just talked about was, this is when they make their decision. This is when they actually purchase. Okay. But at the beginning, first they have a problem that they need solved, right? And this is where, marketing comes in. It's like, okay, what problem do you solve for someone? So if I'm a marketing person and I'm talking to you for the very first time, I want to know, what problem do you solve? Okay. Right now, someone left Life Water in this office. So I would say, what problem does Life Water solve? And the person that owns Life Water, they would say, okay, well, we're looking for the person that's concerned about health. They're concerned about too many chemicals. They want their water a certain kind of way. They want it to have a certain pH balance. Like, we focus on that customer. Our customer is not necessarily the customer who just wants to drink out the water hose like I did when I was growing up in the country. Okay. So again, what is the problem that you're solving? Because once that customer is aware of the problem, the first thing they're going to do is start to say, okay, well, if I don't readily have a solution for this problem available, where am I going to look? Right? So you want to start thinking from a marketing perspective, what are the problems that they have, and how can I create content that they can consume so that by the time they try to solve their problem, I'm the person that's going to provide that solution. Okay. So the first part of it is understanding the problem. And here are just a handful or a subset of ways that you can actually show up when that person has a problem. So you can have a community. What if you had a healthy community of health lovers? And if I'm a Life Water maker, yeah, I want to go find where the communities are. What about search engine optimization? You want to make sure that you show up in search engines. I can create an ebook. I can say, here are the top 3 things that you need to know about water that has amazing electrolytes. And it can be sponsored by Life Water. But again, you want to provide information, okay? Email marketing. So once people find you in that, now you give them, hey, download this ebook, and now all of a sudden they're on your email newsletter. And I don't have to, I'm not going to go through all of these, but these are different ways that you as a service provider or as a person that's selling products can get in front of your customer at the point of them discovering a need, right? And a lot of things aren't on there, like word of mouth and Facebook and yada, yada, yada. But again, when that customer discovers they have a need, like the minute I'm thirsty sitting here in this office, if there's no Life Water in here, the first thing I'm gonna do is AJ, who drink out of the water hose as a kid growing up, is I'm just gonna go get some water. But if I'm a health conscious person and I'm concerned about the pH balance of water, then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say, okay, I ain't drinking out no water fountain, I ain't drinking no Aquafina. Where can I go find healthy water, right? So you're gonna think about and again, if you don't know, then what are some of the things that you may do? You may open up your phone and just search like healthy water. You know, I'm off of what street is this? I'm in Atlanta, like Northwest Atlanta, off Collier Road right now. So I may say healthy water near me, right? So if you're Life Water and you're in a store over here, you want to make sure that you're in the line of sight for that customer when they first get started. Does that make? Are there any questions so far, guys? I know I can go on a tangent like a mother. Excuse my French. But I just want to make sure that this is making sense to you guys. So does that make sense so far? Becoming aware at the point your customer has a need versus in sales, you want to make sure that you're ready when a customer is ready to buy. Okay, it's just two totally different mindsets. Marketing shifts to the conversation. Sales shifts to the money, the cheese. That's what we say. It shifts to the cheese. So any questions, guys? No questions. We rolling. We rolling. All right. All right. So now they know their problem needs to be solved. Now they're like, okay, where can I find it? So Star, hey Star, if you're on here and someone's like they wake up in the morning, they're like, I need my lashes. Star, guys, check out Halo Brow Studio. And the homie Star, because she's doing amazing things. But anyway, so if a woman is like, yo, I need my brows done, then you want them to say, okay, well, if somebody's over off of Howell Mill and they need their brows done, what are the 10 different things that they're going to do first, right? Again, if you're thinking from marketing perspective, you want to already have stuff out there so that when they take their action to find it, you come up or you enter into the conversation. So I'm really blessed in a position where people come to me because they're like, hey, I heard you do a great job on XYZ, so whatever. But if you're selling a widget like vitamin water, and you want to be at least in their line of sight early on, okay? So you want to align your strategy with their problem, okay? So again, and guys, do me a favor real quick. I want to know who else is on the call and what your business is. So right now, type your business and where you are located, and type the problem that you solve. So the name of your business, the problem that you solve, and where you're located. Because I'm going to just go through somebody as an example really quickly today. The name of your business, the problem that you solve, and where you're located. And give me a second. I need to plug my laptop in because I don't want to die right in the middle of talking to y'all. Okay, so what businesses do we have on here today? And I'm just gonna choose one. Okay, Star Street Entertainment, Mahogany Interior Designs. I love it. I love it. I love it. Rise Entertainment, Stage Plays. Love it. Love it. Construction renovation needs. I love it. Love it. Okay, so cool. All right. So if you're doing interior design, the problem that you solve, let's see, interior design, construction, and renovation. So let's just choose one of those three. We'll go with you, Mahogany, if that's cool. Let me see, Mahogany. I'm gonna unmute you, Mahogany, if that's okay. And if you don't want to be unmuted, then say, all right, AJ. But unmute me, bruh. Put me on the spot. Hey, Mahogany, are you there?
I am here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am amazing. Life is beautiful. Um, okay, so um, what is the problem? Because you have three different facets to your business that we're gonna choose one of them, and we're gonna talk about that. Okay,
So
so
design would be the easiest to talk about
okay, perfect.
from a
So
problem solving
um,
standpoint anyway.
from a problem solving, because construction is a totally different need, and I think renovation would actually be the second easiest. But so, if you were going to strategically align your interior design with someone's problem, I'm just going on a limb here and go with me. What would you do? And I want to kind of do a real live kind of case study of some examples of things that you could do, uh, both easy things and things that may not be as easy to get in people's line of sight during the awareness phase. Because at first there's awareness, then there's consideration, then they decide they want you over other people. Okay, so let's stay in the awareness phase. What are some things that you can do to grow your awareness to people that have a problem?
Um, well, you mean online only?
On or offline?
Okay. Well, on our offline, and one of the things we're doing right now in our rebranding is, I mean, online, of course, there's all the things that you've already mentioned, like your Facebooks or your Instagram. I could do some video logging of projects that I've done for people to see. I could post current projects that we've done for people to see. I could do some of the ads where I pop up to a certain demographic, like homeowners that have people who've recently purchased properties, that sort of thing. I could even do a YouTube channel and kind of do sort of a pseudo HGTV kind of thing and garner some followers, I
Beautiful.
suppose. But that's not my lane. My lane is making it pretty. I'm watching this to get the info on how to draw them in.
Got it. Got it. But I think so your approach is absolutely right though, right? So because you're the person that makes it pretty, oh Lord, my screen keeps freezing. Because you're the person that makes it pretty. And thank you so much for that, Mahogany. I'm gonna as soon as my screen unfreezes, I'll mute your microphone back.
Okay.
But yeah, because you're the person that makes it pretty, then you want to focus on that. But if you could have someone put a plan together for you so that you know, okay, well, today I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do this, blah, 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 that would be dope for you because then you could just manage that process, right? But again, she's absolutely right, guys. You can have a blog, you can have your podcast, you can set up and interview other interior designers, or you have your interior design show where you're going to talk fall, what is this, New Year's, what are the new trends coming out for 2018? Can you get local PR? And there's a whole bunch of different strategies around that I could talk you guys through. But how can you get in a local newspaper? An example is like I live in Cobb County right now, right? So they have this little local newspaper thing that I get in the actual mailbox. It's like snail mail. And they're always highlighting like local movers and shakers. Like we have this local dentist office who just reached his 500th customer, blah, blah, blah. Like how can you get local local PR, right? And that doesn't even touch on the online space. But again, you want to create at that moment where a customer is aware, you want to already be in that conversation. You want to have stuff out there so that when they do go look for it, whether it's on their phone, Instagram, whatever, and they come across your brand somehow that positions you as a potential person, okay? Because after they're aware of their problem, the next phase in the marketing cycle is consideration. So now, what do we just say? Now they're actually looking, okay? They're like, I want to get my eyebrows arched. Who are the people that, what's the thing called? Microblading. I want to get the microblade. I want to get my eyebrows microbladed. So once know I want to get my eyebrows microbladed, then who are all the people that do microblading? And then they go, again, you start to look. And I'm going to ask you, and I'm saying that on purpose, Star, because I want you to hear. So I'm gonna unmute Kim, if you would, if it's oh, like damn that, unmute my damn me, bruh. Hey Kim, are you there? Hey Kim, can you hear me? Hello, Kim. Okay, I'm gonna mute Kim back. Oh, I can hear you. Hey Kim, can you?
Here right now.
Say it one more time.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay. Your connection seems to be breaking up a little bit. So say one more thing, and I want to ask you a question.
The call is breaking up, so
Okay.
if you're saying anything, I can't hear you.
Okay. Is my call breaking up for everybody, guys? Is it, if it's breaking up, it's breaking up for me too.
Okay, ask me.
Okay. So okay, Kim. So what are some of the, if you wanted to go get microblades for your eyebrows, what would be some of the considerations that you make?
I think location, experience, reviews, cost.
You know what? That's good enough right there. So Star, based on the first four things that she said, as someone who owns a salon, her first thing was location. So you can't really control location when you're brick and mortar. So your location kind of is what it is. But I think the second thing she said was experience, or maybe cost. I don't know. But it was, I think she said experience. Wait, so the thing is, I think cost was like the third or fourth thing that came up. So first it was location. Are you close? Experience. Are you good? Reviews. Does somebody else say that you're good? And then she said cost, right? Because again, a lot of times we compete on cost when we really don't have to when you position yourself right. Okay. So Star, you as somebody who owns salon that does microblading and the other like eyelashes and eyebrows and makeup, the four things that she said, those should be things that you're putting out there on every single platform that you're on. Every customer that gets up out of your chair, you should have them say, hey, listen, AJ's wife, when you, after you get to the crib and put on your makeup, or I don't know if y'all put makeup on like right after it or whatever, can you call me, can I have someone, or you have your little station in your salon where after people get up, you're going to get that testimonial, because people speaking on your behalf is 100 times better than you saying how great you are. Okay, that's why infomercials do it, right? So look at, again, I said this last week, if you own a Snuggie, or if you've ever bought anything from an info commercial, I need you to go Google whatever that infomercial was, and I need you to pattern that infomercial for yourself. What do? They introduce a big problem. Have you ever woke up in the middle of the night and because you heard a sound outside, and then you're like, when you're listening to it, you're like, yeah, shit, I did that, right? Because they're introducing the problem for you, right? They're in the awareness phase. They're making you aware of a problem that you ain't even thinking about. So now if you're watching that infomercial, it's randomly on TV, but now they're saying, okay, we're going to make you aware of this problem. Now you might not even want to buy whatever they're about to sell, but they're going to say, have you ever been down on your couch and it's cold as the hell, and you know you have your cover, but then you want to get up and go get some chips out the cupboard, but now you got to be cold, or either you got to take your cover wrapped around you. Have you ever had to go to the cupboard and get some chips, and you had to wrap your blanket around you, and then you had to hold your blanket while you got your chips out of the cabinet and open the door? Like, well, here's the Snuggie. Never have to, like, now they introduce, once they make you aware of the product, now they have aligned their strategy with your product. right? So their strategy is to make you realize that you have a problem because you got to take this blanket and take it off and go to the door and get the chips out, close the door again and go get back on the couch or whatever. Now you put on a Snuggie, bro. You just get up and walk, do what you got to do, and your arms still warm. You don't have to carry nothing, right? So again, answer the problems that people want answers to. So what Kim just said is she wants to know, are you good? Do other people say that you're good? How long have you been doing this? What are the results? Do you have pictures out there? Like, what are the things? And it can't, here's another thing. It cannot live on your website and only on your Facebook page all the time. Like, get in there, the customer's line of sight, okay? All right, does that make sense, guys? Say, get in front of the customer, type customer in the chat window. I just wanna make sure that you guys, number one, can still hear me, and number two, if it makes sense. And if you guys have a question, feel free right now to ask questions. And while you're doing that, I also want y'all to take a picture of the screen and share it on Instagram. And I am at AJ Joyner. So again, guys, if you have a question, go ahead and type your question in now. Type it in now. Type it in now. Let's see. Coolio, okay, no questions. I must be great, and I must be pretty damn awesome. AJ, you pretty damn awesome. Again, so first there's awareness, then they're considering who to choose. So when Kim's considering, she's asking herself all those solutions. And then once she starts to do that, she's going to research the best ones out there. She's going to build a short list. And then she's going to assess the ROI. So, okay, if I go to start to get my eyebrows done or my eyelashes done, is it going to be what I want? How long is it going to last? Is what she's charging worth what I think it's worth? And then those are all the things that you do as a customer, even if you don't think about it. Those are all the phases that you go through before you make that sale to Octavia or before you buy it. And that's when Octavia kicks in. Okay. So does that make sense, guys? You want to think about your marketing from a perspective of you start the conversation when they have a question. And when you think about your marketing, you should think about all this stuff up here, right? These are the things that people consider before they make a purchase, okay? I know it's overwhelming. Y'all probably like, well, goddamn. I mean, excuse my French, but not really, right? Oh, you don't see the chat window? So if you look up to the, either it may be actually below and it says questions. So it's either a question window or a chat window. Yeah, actually, you're actually typing in it. Let's see, I feel as if the question section is not the correct pane to type during the webinar. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Where you just typed it is actually the chat window, the conversation window, okay? And I have it where, because there are a lot of questions and comments that are coming through, and I don't want to answer each and every one of them because we'll be, again, it's already 9:43 and I'm only 19 slides in. And again, this is like 100 slides or whatever. So yeah, you are typing in the chat window, but I will answer some of these questions. Let's see. Cool. All right. So again, I know that sounds like a lot, but you need to think about your business holistically unless you have a marketing team or marketing department. And it doesn't have to be an all at once thing. You just need a plan in place so that when you're ready to do the next thing, you can look at your plan and say, okay, I have some downtime today. What do I need to do? Make sense? Coolio. All right, let's keep pushing it. So, make your customer feel like they're the hero, okay? This is kind of like the perfect place, okay? So, what do brands publish? That's their natural instinct, is to publish stuff about themselves, okay? Now, customers, what do customers want? Customers want what they want, right? They want whatever they want for the best price that they can get it. And then content marketing falls in between. It's between the brand should think about what the customers want, and the customers want what they want, but you provide it to them through content, okay? So when you're sharing content, it should always be about what can make the customers' lives better and solve the problem that they want. And if not charitable, of course, customers want you to, in other words, this should be empathy instead of charity. Okay, customers want you to feel like you hear them. People want to be like, we all want to be loved. All right. So that's the perfect sweet spot, and that's where your comedy should lie. So your brand purpose, like for Star, for example, or somebody, even if you're another agency or Lisa, hey Lisa, what is it that your brand's purpose is, and how does that align with the customer's wants? That's where you provide your content. And again, your content could come in the form of everything Kim said: your reviews, your testimonials from other people, your historical information. Is it blog posts where you're doing education-based training? You're teaching them things about your industry. Is it Instagram behind-the-scenes footage of this is what it looks like when somebody gets, you know, their nails done or whatever? That is the place of content marketing. Okay, so let's define it. It's not advertising or PR all the way. Okay. Advertising and PR is done more for you getting your stuff out there in general. But content marketing is creating and distributing relative and valuable content to attract, acquire, and engage a target audience, driving profitable customer action. Okay, so PR or advertising, it's a means to do it. So for example, you can use a PR person to deliver your content at a higher level, but PR is not content per se. Okay, it's continuous, and that's another thing. You know, people kind of want to say, well, I need to ramp up my marketing because it's Christmas, right? Well, shit, if you're waiting to, like, it's Christmas, you should have customers already kind of ready by the time Christmas comes about. They should want to come to you because it's Christmas already, okay? Because it's a year-long conversation. So you should be answering those customer questions, like the example that we had with Kim a minute ago. She said, hey, I want to know these 4 things. So how can you write those down in the form of a question? And how can you answer those questions through your content, okay? And again, it's a business, and the LTV is just the customer lifetime value, and what is your return on it, okay? So one customer testimonial will live forever and ever and ever, and you own it. And if somebody sees it, it can always return your investment on that little 10 minutes of you getting them to leave a testimonial. So one thing that I've heard over and over is, I don't like to bother my customers, blah, blah, blah. People are likely more than happy to leave you a great review if you do your thing. Yeah, okay? All right, so we good to go? Everybody cool on that? The time is now 9:48, so I'm gonna try to push it to 10 o'clock. And then we're gonna do part 2 a little bit later. I may do a live in person one. So does that make sense, everybody? So far, so good? If y'all good, type good in the chat window. Just type good in the chat window and we're good to go. Coolio, I love it, I love it. All right, so the promise of content marketing is to earn your audience versus buying it. Content done correctly will have people coming to you, and you not have to pay every single time you need a new customer to come through the door, okay? Content marketing, if done correctly, you can create content so that people, when they want to do something and they're scrolling, they do a hashtag search on Instagram for interior design, you pop up automatically, and they don't have to go out and just go to the person that's closest that they find on Google just because they Google somebody, right? You want to be the person that, hey, oh yeah, my homegirl, she does interior design, like, you definitely need to check her out. And when they get there to check you out, they see testimonials, they see people, they see videos of you showing different, these are the fall colors, these are the winter colors, these are the spring colors, like all types of stuff that shows you as an expert through your everyday way of doing business, okay? That is good content, okay? All right, all right. And again, I know it's a lot, but we're gonna keep it pushing. Okay, so how do we do this? Really quickly, how do we market like a boss? What is your goal, and do you have a document content strategy, okay? And are you accountable for creating consistent content? 5 minutes a week, it could be 5 minutes a week. I know daily can be a lot, okay? Are you consistently publishing it? Are you mapping your content to that customer journey that we talked about? Are you layering in even paid distribution? So once you have your content, can you take your eyebrow video and can you boost it in front of people who are interested in eyebrows? Now that Instagram has that called hashtag thing, what if somebody's following the hashtag? Are you hashtagging your stuff that it shows up behind a particular hashtag? Okay, and focus content on your audience. Okay, you can mix it in and show your personality and your brand personality, but it should, you know, be focused on your audience. Are the things that you're doing publicly for your brand, will your audience see that and look at you as a person that they can spend their money with, that they know, like, and trust? Okay. All right. Okay, cool. We're going to keep rolling. All right, here it is again. Have you documented it? Is somebody managing it? Have you mapped it to the customer journey? Is it quality? Is it socially activated? Are you doing paid? Have you understood your customer needs, and then are you measuring? Okay. Grade yourself. What's your grade on this? Right? Here's why it's important. When you're effective, these are the numbers. Okie dokie. Again, when you look at me, I am positioned myself, and this is terrible because I cut the dreads off back in August. I just need some new headshots. That's terrible. Go ahead and tell me it's terrible if I know it's terrible. Okay, yeah, it is terrible. But so my thing is, I work with people who are high achievers, and my target audience is high achievers, and they're interested in growing their business, and then I help them grow their business. That's my value proposition. Okay. So for example, I create strategies to help influential and smart people make money online. And I know this is outdated because I did this presentation to a different company at a different time. And I want to become the de facto source of technical assistance for people who can move mountains. So if you can move mountains in your business and you need a content strategy, like, I need you to come holler at me. So we can sit down in a room and put together your strategy for whatever your thing is, and then you can go execute it. Now, I can't execute it for you, but I can put it together for you. And if you execute it, then you will see a spike in your business. Coolio, coolio, coolio. All right, we're gonna keep it pushing. Now, here's yours. What is your content mission statement? What is your goal? You want to become the premier. I hope all you guys want to be the premier. I want to become the premier interior designers for CEOs and executive women who are interested in contemporary decor, and I want to help them create a home of their dreams, or the living room of their dreams. Okay, what is your content marketing mission? All right, so again, these are the phases, and tonight we only went through some of the phases, but how can you craft a content strategy? Okay, who is your target audience? What is your mission statement? And what is your budget? What are the platforms you're going to do? Who's going to do what? Roles and responsibilities. Who's going to do what? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be your partner? Is it going to be an agency? Is it going to be a contractor? Is it going to be somebody on Fiverr? Okay. What is your content strategy? What topics are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about stuff what you got to say, shout it. Okay. Distribution optimization. What platforms? You're going to do paid? You're going to do free? You're going to do PR? You're going to do Craigslist? You're going to do whatever, right? Are you going to, again, are you going to do Fiverr? Okay. And then how can you measure? And we're definitely not going to get into all that tonight. Okay. So your online case, you want to research your customers, reach your customers early in the buying decision. You want to engage them with your brand, and then you want to convert people that you may have never reached before. All right. And here's one thing to understand. A lot of the content that people create, they never actually use it the right way or use it again. Do you know that you can go back right now on your Instagram and go back to 2016 and you start 2018 by posting all the shit you posted in 2016, delete, like I do that right now. I'll go back and take something I did in 2016. Now, what I will do now is that I wasn't doing the Joyner method in 2016. So I'll take a quote and I'll put it on my own Joyner method branded thing. And I will write an article about something that I already posted 2 years ago. Or I still have my old blog site that is not even public no more. I will go back and rehash those 100 something blog posts that I have from my old blog and just make a 2017 version of it. And you best believe I'm gonna do it in 2018. Use your shit over and over again. Like, it's yours, and people don't remember. Like, there's nobody on your Instagram feed right now that could tell you one thing you posted in 2016, unless it was something like a death in the family or you starting a business or something like that. But most of the stuff you did for content, nobody know. If it's a testimonial, like, the chances are you have new people following you now if you're growing your business. So yeah, bring them old testimonials back up. Get somebody to put you a little sizzle reel together of all 5 people that's giving you testimonials and turn it into a 60-second testimonial clip and put that shit up today, tomorrow, Monday, or put it up for New Year's. New year, new you. Cool. Does that make sense, guys? If it makes sense, say yes. Cool. If it doesn't, say AJ, you tripping. Let's see what you guys talking. What y'all talking about? Does it make sense, guys? If it is, just I want to make sure you guys can still hear me too. So if it makes sense, just type "makes sense." If you have a question, type your question, and if not, I'm gonna keep pushing. Keep on pushing. Yeah, cool. All right, bet. You trippers. I love you too, and I love you too, shawty. Okay. Again, take that same home, tear that shit down, and renovate it. Okay, no need to build a new house. Again, this is the thing that I run into the most people. Like, most people look at Oprah Winfrey and they're like, you know what? If I could just get on Oprah, if I could just be like Oprah of my industry, then I'll be good to go. How many of you guys feel like if you could just be the Oprah Winfrey of your industry, then you're good, you will be good to go? Just type Oprah in the chat window. If you feel like if you could become the Oprah Winfrey of your industry, and you will be good to go in your business, just type Oprah in the chat window. Let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Everybody, listen to that, 23, 20. People are still typing Oprah. Y'all still typing Oprah in here, okay? Everybody wants to be Oprah Winfrey of their industry, but nobody wants to be Oprah Winfrey. If that makes sense, then type damn. Everybody wants to be the other Oprah Winfrey, but nobody wants to be this Oprah Winfrey. When she was rough and had the fro, and that wig wasn't tight, or she wasn't giving away cars. Type damn in the chat window if you get it, if that makes sense. Like, you understand you got to be broke down Oprah in Baltimore before you could be Oprah in Chicago. Does it all make sense? Right. So again, understand that. And here's another thing, dude. I mean, not dude. That's so sexist. Because there's some girls on here too. Ladies and dudes, homegirls and homeboys. I love all y'all. But again, understand that before you can be Oprah, you have to be Oprah. Okay. So I tell you what, I'm at slide 35. It is now 10 o'clock. I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to take questions. So if there are any questions, specific questions that you want answered, go ahead and type in the chat window. If you are interested in getting some kind of a marketing strategy session plan together for your business, cool. I have put together a new program. I would be remiss not to say it. If you guys go to hotseatsessions.com, this is what I'm doing for 2018. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, type screen in the window. I just want to make sure you still can see it. Type screen in the chat window if you can see my screen, and I will keep sharing. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's what I'm doing for 2018. 2017 was really big. I was really big in working with 2-day workshops and working with some of my higher-end clients. Well, what the feedback that I heard from so many people is, how can we do an up close and personal where you actually walk us through doing some stuff? Okay, so if you go to hotseatsessions.com, you can just fill out an application, and I'll let you guys know it's $1,000. But what you get is you're going to leave with a marketing plan in place for your business, right? So right now, people pay $2,500 to have it, but this is like a 1-day session with me. But if this is 4 people or less in a room, each one of you are gonna get a hot seat. You're gonna get a personal growth strategy that lists all the different stuff that we talked about on here, and you're gonna get that. And that's what you'll walk out of it's 3 face-to-face meetings. Me, you, me, you, and possibly 3 other people, and that's what you're going to get. But so check out hotseatsessions.com if you want to. I won't stay on that for forever. That's for another marketing thing. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But if you have any questions right now, I want you to type your questions in the chat window because I'm gonna jump off. It's 10 o'clock, and I'm really interested to know. Well, number one, was this helpful for you guys tonight? If this was helpful, type yes, it was helpful. If it was not, then type AJ, you be on the BS. And I also want you to take a picture of the screen, especially this slide right here, because nobody really wants to be Oprah without being the other Oprah. So guys, if you have questions, type them in the chat window right now. And if not, then we're going to keep on pushing, just go. And if you're interested in a hot seat session where I dig into your business, and there is accountability, you will be assigned a buddy, a battle buddy, if that makes sense. So you'll have somebody that you can be accountable with. There will be a phone call in between, like all the different stuff's on there. You can just go to hotseatsessions.com. And if there's something that you need that's not on there, and you can tell me that too. Oh, by the way, not only am I going to give you a plan, but I'm going to give you all the shortcuts, like how to hire contractors, where to find them. I'm going to show you if you need Facebook ads. I'm going to show you the actual agencies, how to like, because I'm getting out of Facebook ads in 2018. So I'm going to show you the cheap ways to get people. And Star, I actually owe you a call on this because I want to walk you through something anyway. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys all the secrets. And Raquel, you run an agency as well, so I can tell you all the secrets that I did because I'm shutting my agency down. Like I'm just ready to help more people. My goal for 2018 is to help 1,000 entrepreneurs start and or grow their business. So that's my new thing, and I want to step out there more as a speaker and doing some things like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you guys need that for your business, you need somebody, you're like, hey, I don't know how to do website design, any of the stuff you need done, I'm going to tell you how to get contractors, where to get them, how much they should charge if they charge you too much. I can show you, even if nothing else, I can show you where you can get your website done, sign, seal, delivered for less than $250. That's logo. I'm talking customized-ish, not no cookie cutter stuff. Okay. So all the secrets coming out in the hot seat sessions, because I don't run an agency no more, so I'm giving away all the secrets. So agency owners gonna be hating me, but whatever. Okay. So if you are interested in that, sign up for the hot seat sessions. It is $1,000 because I want people that got skin in the game. Don't waste my time. Period. Because it's valuable. All right. Any questions, guys? Any questions that you have for AJ as I talk about myself in third person? Are there any questions that you guys have? And if not, then speak now, forever hold your peace. If you want to go to the hot seat sessions, go sign up, $1,000, and we're gonna make some magic happen. All right. If nothing else, peace. Kissing my 2 fingers and throwing up a peace sign. I love you guys. I'll holler at y'all later. Take a picture of the screen again. Tag me on Instagram because I think that's kind of cool to go back over there and look at all the tags. And I love you guys. Good night. See you next week. And I'm going to pick up, I think next week I'm going to do the rest because how many slides are in here? Yeah, it's 111 slides here. And this presentation actually takes you through the whole process. So if you guys got notebooks and you took notes tonight, you should be able to do some things that move the needle in your business already. But if you're really ready to go to the next level quickly, I'm only doing 4 people at a time. I think we're already booked out. I think we have 1 more slot for the next session, which starts next Saturday. I think we have 1 there, maybe 1. And then after that, the next one starts in February, I think, or March. Okay. So holla at your folk. Love y'all. Peace.